black and white. If only we could see it's our eyes.
What is going on, people of YouTube? This is your boy Calvin back with week 15 playoff predictions. As you can see, I already have everything up here, and I wanted to do a quick rundown of how many I got right. So we're going to start off the bat. We couldn't really guess much with the Falcons just because when I recorded the video. We'll go ahead and look at the Lions. We predicted the Lions was 1. We're correct. We're 1 for 1. And then we go to the Cowboys and Giants. The Cowboys won 30-10. We're 2 for 2. We'll go to the Panthers-Vikings game. We predicted the Panthers to win. We're 3 for 3. We'll go to the Eagles game. We predicted that the Eagles would win. We are 4 for 4. We go on. We predicted the Bears would beat the Bengals. We're 5 for 5. Packers beat the Browns. We're 6 for 6. The Titans beating the Cardinals is where we go. 6-1. We got the Redskins versus the Chargers. We picked the Redskins. We are now 6-4-2 in predictions last week. Not off to a bad start. Sorry if I hit the mic and the mic just popped. I don't know if it's okay. It's good. We are currently 6-4-2 in predictions. We predicted the Jaguars would win. The Jaguars did win. We move up to 7. We also predicted that the Texans would win, but I don't think Texans. They actually lost, so now we're 7 for 3. And we move on to the AFC games. We predicted the Bills would win, and they won in overtime. Holy snow, you guys. There was so much snow on that field. It was unpredictable. We are 8-3 now in predictions. We move on to the Jets and Broncos. We predicted the Jets to win. The Broncos actually pulled it out 23-0. We are now 8 for 4. In predictions this week, Chiefs versus the Raiders. Predicted the Chiefs would win. Who didn't see that happening? We are now 9 for 4. We go to the Ravens and Steelers. We predicted the Steelers would win, my team, clinching the division. We are now 10-4. And then we go to our upset game of the week. The biggest upset in my week, in my opinion. The Dolphins ended up winning against the Patriots. The Patriots, 27-0. The GOAT versus the LOAT, the loser of all time. I wouldn't say he's too much of a loser, but still, Dolphins aren't that good of a team. What an amazing week of football. He went 10-5 out of the 15 games played last week. Doesn't seem right. Let's see. Should be 16. What game were we missing? Let's see. Oh yeah, the Falcons and Saints. So we couldn't predict on that. That's what it was. I actually predicted the Saints to win, so I guess I'll give myself 10-6 because before it happened, I actually thought the Saints was going to win the game. In all honest opinion, actually, I'd have to check back to my week 14 or something like that, or my week 13. We'd have to find out on who I thought. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna reset current standings as of now and how everything fell to be. Current standings should update here in a second, and these are all the teams that won. Oh, I didn't realize that all the AFC home teams won this week. Wow. So here we go into week 15, this current week. This is the Thursday night game, which is happening tomorrow. Broncos versus the Colts. Honest opinion, I think the Broncos will win this game. That's because of that. And then we come to a toss-up division, in my opinion. The Chiefs and the Chargers. This could ultimately decide the Chargers' fate if they're going to the playoffs, if they're not. In all honest opinion, just on the way the Chiefs have been playing lately, I think the Chargers will win this game, ultimately bringing them in within the 4th playoff spot, as you can see there. Well, look, the Dolphins and the Bills. Of course, I got to go with them Bills, even though the Dolphins are going to be hot coming off playing the Patriots. I still think that the Bills can pull off this win and hopefully squeeze them that 6th seed into the playoffs. We go to the Ravens and Browns, and I'm sorry, you Browns fans. I know I was rooting for you guys while watching the game. I forgot, predictions, but I was watching the Browns, and I'm like, come on, the Browns need this win. But I don't think they could go underneath the Ravens defense like that. And ultimately, I don't think it's going to come. I think their most likely win will be on Christmas Eve, so which will be the week 16. Texans versus the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars will win. Now, this game here, my game of the week, my personal game of the week, is a toss-up game. This decides who leads the division and who takes what. But honestly, no matter how this game turns out, the Patriots and the Steelers will still have a first-round bye in the playoffs, which is what I'm okay with. But honestly, after seeing their performance against the Dolphins and seeing the Steelers' performance, even though for the last 4 weeks we've won off of a walk-off kickoff or a walk-off field goal, this game will be a super close game. But I think the Steelers will win. I'm trying to be non-biased with that. And I know it's hard to be non-biased with your own team. But this will be a very close game. I see it going either way, but as of right now, I see it going to the Steelers. I don't see it ending in a tie, and I don't want to call it a tie because, that can screw everything up for me. Titans and 79ers. The Titans are a very good team, but especially with the 49ers having Jimmy Garoppolo, I think Jimmy Garoppolo would be able to take them to a win, but I also don't think that's possible. I think the Titans are going to keep trailing the Jaguars as it stands, but as of right now, the Jaguars are taking over that spot. Jets and the Saints. Of course, the Saints are going to win. This is no question about it. They're just the Jets. The Jets don't really deserve a win. And the Vikings against the Bengals. The Bengals lost 33-0 and against the Chicago Bears. Granted, Trubisky is a great quarterback, in all honest opinion, but it's not a bad pick at all, in all honest opinion. But I don't think the Bengals are going to be good enough to beat the Vikings at all. We come here to the Raiders and Cowboys. If I do remember correctly, I think the Cowboys get Zeke back. I could be totally wrong. But I believe he comes back, and it will make this an easy win for the Cowboys to beat the Raiders. Without a doubt, an easy win for the Cowboys. We look into the division rivals, a Saturday night game, the Lions versus the Bears. I have to give this to the Lions. The Lions are doing good this season. Unlike the Bears can go hand in hand, honestly. Again, this game could go either way, especially after a 33 shutout win against the Bengals. We look to the Eagles and Giants. This is no doubt. Even though the Eagles don't have Carson Wentz right now because of an ACL tear, it's pretty sad to see. I don't think the Giants can go up against that defense, especially without OBJ playing. Packers, of course, against the Panthers any day, especially with Aaron Rodgers being cleared by his doctor to come back for play. Redskins, Cardinals, without a doubt, in my opinion. I think the Redskins are all better. Things like that. Rams, I think, will definitely beat the Seahawks, and the Falcons will definitely beat the Buccaneers. Now we go on to Week 16 for the matchups here. I have to give the Browns a win against the Bears. I'm sorry. I know the Bears, I gave them a little too much credit in Week 15, but in Week 16, I got to give it to the Browns. This is the most likely chance for the Browns to get a win this season, in complete honesty. Now we look at the Ravens and Colts. I think the Ravens will go ahead and pull this away just because it's the Colts, Dolphins and Chiefs, this will be a close game, but I have to give it to the Dolphins. Dolphins aren't a terrible team. I mean, they're not terrible. Clearly, right now they're projected to go 7-8 right now, in what I have them, and they're tied for 8th, they're 8th right now in this. As long as the Bills lose. Actually, it doesn't matter if the Bills lose, but clearly the Patriots are going to beat the Bills. The Jets and the Chargers, I think the Chargers will beat it. The Chargers are ultimately locking up that playoff spot right now. Steelers are going to play a really iffy Texans defense without J.J. Watt and Clowney. It's easily going to go to the Steelers. It's kind of depressing to see because this is a Christmas game, and I was hoping it would be Christmas versus the brothers with T.J. Watt and J.J. Watt going up against each other, but sadly we can't see that. Now we go on to the Jaguars and the 49ers, ultimately going to Jaguars. The Jaguars and better team. The Lions are the better team compared to the Bengals. The Redskins are better than the Broncos. The Rams will beat the Titans, and the Eagles will beat the Raiders with Nick Foles. Also a Christmas game. We'll go over here to the division games. Aaron Rodgers is back, so I have to give that win to the Packers. The Cardinals are doing good this season. I have to give it to them. Cowboys will beat them, especially having Zeke back. Panthers are just going to beat the Bucks, and this will be a close game. Another game of the week for me. I gotta give it in the Saints' direction. I gotta give it to the Saints right there. And we'll come on to the Week 17, the crappy week. No games this week. Besides the Jaguars needing to win if they want to secure a spot as of now. Actually, I don't think that's the case. Yes, the Jags need to get this win here against the Titans. As it's projected right now, as it's predicted, anything can change. Anything can change. As of now, I'm not saying this is official, as we know. This is just me predicting based off of what I think. The Steelers are going to beat the Browns. I'm sorry, Browns fans, but you guys got your one win. The win you've been looking for all season. I can definitely see that coming for you. Now we look at the Ravens and Bengals. The Ravens are going to beat it just because they have a better defense. The Colts might beat the Texans. The Texans might beat the Colts. It's an iffy game. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to the Colts. Chargers, Raiders, definitely going to the Chargers. Chiefs and Broncos, they gotta go to the Chiefs. They come over here to the NFC. The Saints are gonna beat the Bucks. This is gonna be a close game, but I kind of want to give it to the Cowboys. Having Zeke back, Eagles don't have their starting quarterback. I think I gotta give it to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have the chance to make it into the playoffs as it is now. And I think it depends. Actually, let's see. As long as the Cowboys can pull off a win against the injured Eagles, they have a chance to lock up a wild card spot. And no matter how this game goes, this is a game of the week as well. This game decides whether the Panthers or the Falcons make it into the playoffs, and I gotta give it to the Falcons. I'm sorry, I have to give it to the Falcons. The Falcons, I think, deserve that playoff spot. Even though the Panthers have been good, I think the Falcons are going to get it. The Redskins are going to easily pull off that win against the Giants. Aaron Rodgers is back. Oh. So, Cowboys fans, you best hope this game ends in a tie if you want to make playoffs. Because as it stands now, if the Lions beat the Packers, the Lions are in. And if the Packers beat the Lions, the Packers are in. So I have to give it to the Packers with Aaron Rodgers being back. Rams and the 49ers, of course. Seahawks and the Cardinals. And the Vikings. This is my Week 17 prediction. Based off the stuff that's happened in this Week 14, we'll go ahead and go into the wild card. The Patriots will easily beat the Bills. The Ravens will easily beat the Chargers. This will be a close game, but I think the Rams will beat the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, and the Falcons will beat the Saints. We'll go on to the divisional here. For the Patriots, we'll play the Jaguars. It's going to be a close game. I'll have to give it to the Jaguars, and I think the Steelers can pull off a win once again. Actually, I don't know sure about that. I think it might go to the Ravens. The Eagles might beat the Falcons, but I think the Falcons have a more better team. The Rams will make it. We'll go here. Championship game. Oh, I got to give it to the Jags. I think the Rams. This is our Super Bowl right now. The Rams and the Jaguars. You were talking to me 5 years ago, I would tell you that this would be, I could not see this happening in my lifetime. But to see it happen now, it seems very possible. So, guys, this is who I have predicted to be our Super Bowl 52 championships in Minnesota. Is the Rams against the Jaguars. Everything like this, guys. Make sure you like this video, and click that subscribe button, join the Discord, everything links in the description, guys. I will leave a link to this website as well in the description. Guys, I love you oh so very much, and the Rams are your Super Bowl 52 champions as of now.